Hello everyone, this is PyProTech coming back to this channel. So last class we learned about functions. Today we'll learn something much more into the topic. We will learn about lists. So what are lists? I will say that in a minute. So before we start this video, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and please tell me what to do next so I'll get motivated and also carry on with other courses. So let's get started. So let's put like a variable name like cat names, and then so what this bracket shows, if you clearly see, this is mine is highlighted as blue. So in this bracket, whatever you put as like a string, it is known as a list. So for example, I will give you an example. For example, Rob. That is not a cat name, or maybe it could be. And I'll do mini, and I'll do Mark in the string, and I'll do Steve. Okay, I'm done. And if we need to call this, obviously we need to put print cat names, and to see the output, obviously we have to open command prompt. For those people who don't have command prompt, if they're on the Mac OS, you have to open terminal. So let's open cmd. So what my file is, it's python refresh.py. It's on desktop. Your might be on some other directory or repository. So we are gonna go to desktop and hit enter, and then obviously to see the output we do python refresher.py, and Rob, Mini, Mark, and Steve is the output. So in this list, whatever you put here, and then if you call cat names or the variable you have, it will put anything in the list. So today, now what we are gonna do, what if we want to insert a member in this list? So let's do cat names dot insert, and in this bracket, so we have to put a position. For example, the position of Rob is 0, so the positions of these lists start from 0, 1, 2, and 3. I'll put a comment over here for more visualization. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if you want to put a member in this family at position 0, for example, let's do 0, and then let's do Sean. Okay, so what will happen now, what the output would be, at position 0, so at the front Sean will be print. Am I correct? Let's see if whether I'm correct or not. Let's go to cmd and then python refresh.py. If you press the above arrow, then the last command will be shown, and then you press enter. See, as I told you, Sheen, Rob, Mini, Mark, and Steve. It's so simple, and it fluctuates very easily. So now what we will learn is how to delete, and you should give it a try and experiment on how to delete before I start. So if you want to pause this video, you can pause it and then just experiment how to delete a member in this list. Okay, cool, let's get started. So let's do del and then cat names, and to delete you have to put the third bracket, and then if you want to delete a member in this list, you have to say the position. For example, if I want to delete Mark, the position is 2, so if I do 2, and then obviously I have to print cat names. So now the command prompt will remove Mark, and then it will show Rob, Mini, Steve. It's so simple and so easy to understand. So now what we will learn is how to check or verify the length in the list. So for example, let's just add another member by ourselves. Let's do maybe let's do Jeff. Don't think about Jeff Bezos for once, please. Let's start, and then to print length we have to use the len function, and then we put a bracket over here, and then obviously if we added a bracket over here, we have to also make another bracket over here. Oops. Bracket. Done. Let us save this, and then we go to CMD. So obviously if you can see the length over here, it's 0 1 2 3 4, and obviously the length will print 0 1 2 3 4, so it will print 4 obviously because we added Jeff, so it increased the position. So the maximum length is 4. Let's check, and then it says 4. So simple, and bada boom bada boom. Okay, so now what happens if I do the indexing, or maybe the position? Let's say cat names equals to 1. This is for updating. If you want to update something in the list, this is the way I'll show you. And let's say Jane. Alright, and then if we print, let's say print cat names, and then obviously you know what the output would be. It would be Rob, and then Jane, and then Mark, and Steve, and Jeff. Alright, let's see. Python refresh.py, Rob, Jane, Mark, Steve, Jeff. If you want to check again, let's just do 3 for now. And now let's do Tony, and then Rob, Minnie, Mark, Tony, Jeff. Boom. So simple, so easy, and this is how everything is. So in this list I will show you something interesting. You can put anything in this list, like maybe boolean, and then maybe floats, for example. Let's do this. After Jeff, we're gonna do 4 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and this number, it's a huge number, isn't it? But wait a second, let's take this quotation out. So this is a number, you can see it's highlighted as light green. And then so last class we learned about booleans. We didn't learn about booleans, we discussed some of those true and false. So hashtag boolean is true or false, and then let's just do true or false, and then you could put float as 5.345, and then let's go to CMD. It won't give us an error, it will print obviously the whole list, and then if you see clearly, bada boom bada boom, it prints a number, it's a huge number, then the boolean and false, and obviously it didn't print the float because I misspelled. And then let's save this again, and see, it printed the float. So you can put basically anything in this list, and it fluctuates, it varies, so it's really useful for projects, and probably this is the basic idea of lists. So next class we will learn something new, so just hold. There are 2 or 3 lectures left, and after those lectures we will start our first project. So hold back, like, share, and subscribe. Let's see you in the next video. Adios.